Vera's Vogue report. And we are happy to report a story. I'm a reader. When I say reader, I love to read books. People, I can read you. It's fairly accurate. God knows everything. I'm not perfect, but absolutely trying to abide by his rules and laws. So maybe I'm privy to things that most people, I do what I want to do, that say that. I'm grown. So to most degrees, they don't need God, so they can't have access to his goodies. But I'm glad I do. When I get in the cookie jar, I won't say I get greedy, but I eat well. I'm in here still healthy. I'm losing weight, but I'm healthy. And I want you to be too. So welcome to my channel. We're going to mix it up a little bit. We have the Enchanted Train Ride. Buckle up. Pretty cool. So let's just say, since 2007, we're going to throw Elon's name in here. He's been following Miss V. We're Vera. Just very nosy, maybe curious, maybe a little devious, maybe a little monstrous. We'll see. That was the sidebar. I'm having fun. Hello. It's part of the story, don't worry. Just be reading or speaking. So we have a young lady. Let's say her name is Sarah. Sarah's wide-eyed, but due to a lot of disappointments in her life, she's become numb to excitement. Whenever she gets excited, she notices that she goes on these emotional roller coasters. Since then, she's learned that she's going to get cheerful. It has to be full force because if she's not paying attention, someone comes with a wet towel, and the Lodi bar conversation. Oh, you're laughing too loud. Oh, she's enjoying that. I gotta take it. So the next day or so, maybe something's missing or broken or destroyed. Very childish people around Sarah. Very childish. Okay. So she decides, I'm going to be the mature one here. I'm going to embrace the ride, stay to the grind, enjoy God, teach my children, love on them, and kind of keep my distance from the immature ones. It happens. Can't control people, can't make them do anything, right? But you can control yourself and you can teach your words, right? Not that they'll listen, but you do your best. So as time goes on, Sarah's noticing that she's enjoyed a lot of things. Lexus straps, nice heels, her body, her looks, a lot of pleasure, a lot of fun. But again, you got the little Grinches and Ebenezer, is that his name? Ebenezer Scrooge, that like to throw Bahamas everywhere. But it's okay. It only serves as stepping stones. It teaches her community. So, something tells her she's not alone. All she has to do is look around at the faces and look for people with the same smile. And she found them. They're everywhere. The one side is red, the other side is jovial. So this side is slim and this side is cool. Look at this. And she notices there's a lot of wealthy, famous people. I mean, she can see everyday people. She runs into them, she sees the face, and she's like, really? Hi, cousin. But I don't know who's my mother. Oh, how are you? Oh, you don't want to talk. Wow, Sarah just drinks her V8 if she can. Okay, drinks her V8 and plenty of water if she can. Like she has sucked up a fair amount. And when did she buy this? not even a week. Okay. Now she has a big container. She can suck it up in a day. Give her some Tang. That's what she needs to buy, Tang. So most recently, she hasn't seen her daughters. She hasn't heard from them, but she prayed them well. Amen. And she keeps looking at all these people online that have Botox and other people's teeth in their mouth. And, pretty arched eyebrows and husbands and big rings and big houses and cars and reportedly lots of money. And they all have the same face. And she's like, well, how does it get over there and not over here? How is that? Why doesn't anyone talk to her? Everybody's seeming to cahoot with each other, but not with her. And they seem to know her. Very familiar family names. And it's amazing how her family never said, that's your brother, that's your sister, that's your aunt. All in the same city or state. And another place in Georgia. All over the world. Never a signal. These are your people. No one ever reached out. And if someone did, someone was hacking all of Sarah's things. So messages came through. Either people were told, don't say anything to her. It's just a joke. Really? Oh, see how funny it is when no one talks to you. Mm-hmm. So everyone is distant. The kids are distant. All paid. People were put into poverty systematically. Then so if you want to keep getting this, don't talk to her. And I guess it was good amount because people surely have been stalking. There's about 2 or 3 people that kind of chime in 24/7 sort of in their own way. Really. So she consults her almighty God and finds herself in this really dark place where people want to fight and people are kind of bumping into her and acting aggressive and doing some crazy stuff. And it's like, God, I know this is not the life you have for me. Yes, you did. This is not my authentic life. I know you did not designate this life for me. So I need, Father God, for you now, because I don't deserve to be in this situation. I almost want to say, she was thinking, I know you have. No, not so. I know that this is not my authentic life. And I need you to, normally her prayer is to remove anything that's not like you when you place that I am, that I shouldn't be, and anyone that shouldn't be out of my life. This time, somehow she said, universe, God, Father, creation, everything, everyone that's in God's system, ancestors, angels, guides, G-O-D-D-O, listen, SOS, Uno, listen, somebody, God of all things, please deliver me from this stress, this issue, me and my daughters. I know this is not the life that you chose for us. Place us in places where we appreciate it. And I want everything in this universe that belongs to me and mine. I might have left them out, but they were in my heart because we're one. I did. I said, bring me everything. I want the hairpins, max, and the universe said, come on, you know what we can do. We can dig it up. But no, we'll just bring you the equivalent. That's not being rambunctious. Because I felt it pulling at that moment. And it wasn't the first time I would see Sarah talking. Sarah would see dollar signs. Sarah would see cha-chings in her head and her ear, like, here's your check, these are checks, checks are being cashed. You deposit it, it's getting bigger, it's growing, cha-ching. She would see the amounts and like, what is this? God was like, this is yours. we're bringing it to you. And Sarah talking about, wow, people are like, wait, how does she know? We gotta take other reinforcements to keep this over here. She must know, and well, we'll just handle her. And God said, no, you're not a handler. And so Sarah kept being Mickey Mouse, and God instructed her of some things. And so Sarah took other measures, and God said, But in the midst of it all, Sarah is noticing that physically she's still being attacked everywhere she goes. Now, people have figured, well, I'm not touching you, so you can't say I'm doing anything. And several people have concluded that they want to harm Sarah, but they haven't been direct, they've been cowards. But Sarah knows pretty much who's behind what, because they jumped on a stupid bandwagon that they had nothing to do with, like stragglers, that some menial-minded men or people indirectly co-signed onto a situation that had nothing to do with anyone but Sarah, decided that she's going to pray and play. And she got authorization from God. So Sarah switched some things up, and God began to show her several scenarios of how people were stealing systematically. And it starts with politics. And again, this to me is serving as distractions from people's divinity. You cannot serve God in politics. There's too much conflict. And people find religion weak, and faith soft, and meekness weak. And God says he doesn't know who y'all serve, but he meant what he said. You need to look up those words and don't use the internet. If you use the internet, go to Webster's, Merriam, all that good stuff. The internet be redoing stuff. It ain't supposed to redo. It'll be the accurate. I don't know who's doing that. 10-year-old, 15-year-old, but Sarah says to consult Merriam Dictionary, the source, Webster, right here, Merriam. I don't know what Webster's doing. I don't know about Merriam, but Webster. Merriam Webster. But Sarah knows that people really felt privileged, but they had a right to come and attack her. And she doesn't know what's going on. No one ever talked to her, never asked her a question, never consulted her, never nothing. She can't talk to anybody. She can't ask anybody anything. It's very hush hush, it's weird. But God says, I talk to you and I own everything. And if I will it, W-I-L-L, everything everybody else owns will be yours too. Because I made the copyright. I made the airwaves that the internet crosses. I made the phone cell waves that people use. I made the components for the computers. I made the people. I am the air that they breathe. I am the air. I'm the skin that they wear. I'm the eyes that they utilize. I'm the feet that they walk with. I'm the hands that they feel with. The very air that they smell. And everything. The metal that they use to create. I'm the chemicals, elements that they use to create. I'm everything. So they want you to be excluded and act like my precious apple of my eye is not important, and she cannot be all she can be. I'll give her everyone else's possessions. There should be everything she should be. And then there won't be nothing. They won't have anything. They will have to scrape. And all the television shows and all the airwaves and radio radio channels and all the songs that they sing, all royalties for her. All decisions will be hers now. I don't know what part of the story this came up here, but Sarah sat back and she again wanted to put her hands in the conversation about that. God said, no need, but I do authorize you to do this one thing. I mean, amongst others, but I got people to do it. And Sarah was like, oh, okay. So she prayed about it and she went in ham. She went in ham, cheese, and eggs, green, all of it. She thought, this works. This works, and it's creative, it's fun. And so this enchanted train ride, is that the name of this? So Sarah decided, let's see how I can work this from which angle with this permission I have. Sarah began to seek. She found, she knocked, the door opened. She asked, and it was granted. So, while Sarah was doing all of this creative stuff, she noticed that in her experiences, she noticed how one of the cities that she visited and had known well and long was corrupted in the 1800s by the mentality of slave owners or people that understood slavery and had set up systems and people and things to view others freely without permission, despite the laws being changed several times stating that slavery was out of permission. The people were not people's human cargo or possessions or whatever have you, and that no one could treat people as such in work environments, cities and government, all these things. Everything was supposed to change. But the hearts and the minds of the people in some of these long-known cities didn't change. They still believed in quiet slavery, quiet discrimination, quiet pain and torture, because they felt like there was no real justification. They just felt like it. And they went full speed a lot. So, while Sarah's doing her creativity, she thought, and again, she kind of saw it in action, where people would literally be causing people problems in real life. Because as time went on, people made deals with the boys club that was part of the slave trade, slave list, and it never ended. In fact, sometimes big churches get involved. There was this one big particular church, mosque, whatever you call it, mass, they were very active in slavery, human slavery, sex slaves, you name it, they claim it. And no one seemed to really ever appeal to the massiveness of this particular organization, if not organizations. They took on different forms, different names, but it's all the same. Obey us and we give you power. Give us money and we blind ourselves to your deeds. Feed us, Seymour. So people were giving money to these organizations, big corporations, and they spread out the churches all around the world. You can call whatever name you want. You still have to serve them money to operate. People don't know that. They don't think that. Anything they get goes back into this machine. And it hurts kids and people and kids and families. It just eats people up and they blend the juice. And it is. There's three things that it does. But anyway, no one ever stopped the machine. There's a lot of laws, a lot of people running around, feeding the machine. Oh, you need kids? Yeah, in order for you to be famous, you gotta feed those kids, you gotta feed those people. Oh, And no one seems to understand that that is the machine. It's literally a church in this story. Literally a church that must be fed. People, blood, stuff. And it's in plain sight, and people act like, I don't know. So Sarah is like, do I let this go or do I keep talking about it? Because it seems like an accusation and you can't get hurt. You can get hurt because it controls law enforcement, funds, schools, churches, the liquor stores. All thugging. All thugging. Sarah says all thugging. It's all thugging. Disguised as something delightful. So Sarah says she's gonna step back and let God do it. She hasn't even seen her kids. She doesn't know if they're here or not. So, but this machine don't play. So, did I get my gas? Did I pay for gas? I'm so smart. I didn't get any gas, guys. I was thinking, did I get gas? No, you didn't. You bought. Wow, you're smart. You didn't. Well, you got down to your favorite place. However, so Sarah keeps talking about this, kind of going over people's heads because it's a long-standing institution and no one's ever challenged it and no one's ever said anything. Sarah only touched the brinks of it. But God says, no, Sarah, you've done enough. You keep talking. It's not going to hurt anything. It may help more. Bring awareness, but still have to be cautious. But need you to focus on something else. So Sarah kind of stepped back because everything links back, it always has, but no one's ever challenged it. And Sarah didn't do much, but she absolutely probably threw a nice stone up there because her kids can get there. Stone Mountain, what is that? Stone Mountain. Anyway, so God says, I've created everything. I want to give it all to you. I can't. Time with the church. I can make you the head. Moving forward. Now, where'd that come from? Jesus. And you were being paid handsomely. And you cut out all that shout, sucking up stuff. Anybody heard or known that you handle it? Because it has to stop being people to this machine. Oh, look at that stuff. All right, so Sarah says she's going to trust Jesus. She's going to be diligent on her creative side, and so Sarah stepped back. God began to show her, Sarah, in her prayers or whatever she does, that again, this system. So the government doesn't have in this particular province or city, state, country, whatever it is, palace, kingdom. They don't have, the government doesn't operate its own functions. The vendors, the LLCs, the businesses have to provide services, cleaning supplies, everything. They don't do anything until they found a system to have everything work smoothly. So people over the years, whenever they bumped off competition, killed them out the way, whatever they did, because they're what, thugs, they would give themselves those LLCs and those businesses, and them and their friends and friends and friends and friends, and this is how they run everything. Car dealers, housing programs, it's all Catholic charities or something like that. These provinces, it's not Catholic charities, but it's something like that. There's others, but you kind of have to go through this to even get funding because they control almost everything and people don't know that. Almost everything. Just about. It's a machine. And people like the way it runs, but it eats people to keep them alive. So, Sarah stepped back from that. She noticed that the corruption is because a lot of these people are controlling these sectors of business, of society. And that's why it's so housing. People that literally property manage, things of that nature. So if they have a target, they call the hotels, they can call the property managers. These are their friends. Real estate. So you'd have a big disadvantage if you're at a hotel and they call one of their friends or the owner, say, hey, I'll pay you $5,000 every time this person comes in a month, to cause them a problem so they stay away. Oh, $5,000, people may take it. Or hey, raise the prices. People may take it. They may have hired your family to follow you around and keep tabs and tell them what's going on so they can call and say, hey, if you get this customer, let's see the name, yeah, she's under federal investigation, blah, 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 she's crazy and you need to watch her because, yeah. Oh, she works at your place too? Yeah, I'll be careful. I would, see. So Sarah is looking at all this corruption and this wildness. You've done nothing. They just want your blood. Really? And your kids. Really? So Sarah again steps back. She sees the corruption. But then she notices something else with the schools. There's children, right? So you're wondering why the teachers are evil. These were kids that were probably in the system, got hurt, brutalized as kids, but they were promised jobs, or if they did certain things, they would get these jobs. And you wonder why they're so wicked and these people are so bitter and nasty. And then they grow older and then they're still riding or worse. And so now you got to deal with them in different sectors, different jobs, different housing programs. They're at the head, man, rah! And it's like, oh, these were people that were in the system. Now look, they set them up. Look. Hold on. There you go. He's coming over here. Right. I got the camera on. Now straighten up. That's like crackhead. Now you straight. Keep them moving. They know you want to in the car and they want to ask you something stupid. So they want to start something. See how he walked on off? He straightened up real quick, walked on over there. So I'm gonna turn that camera around. We're not doing it. I want to talk to you. So Sarah came to the conclusion that she was just gonna be good, be God, all right? But then again, she realized that God has something great for her. And the analogy is, while people are taking all the contracts and giving it to their friends and best friends and trying to pass it down to their friends and best friends and relatives and block out everyone else, including you, with great business ideas, they'll take your idea and go profit off of it because they're stalking and watching. And so you can't manifest for your own children. And this is why some of the cities or the provinces in this area in this story are impoverished. They're very broken. Certain groups cannot get the contracts that they're qualified for. Certain people cannot get the majority of business because the monopoly group have already saturated is that the word? The markets. So where you want to be a big time, you have a small fry because big fries have already stolen everything. And they're not letting up. If they let it go, they're going to give it to one of their friends. So you don't even have an opportunity, not a good one, because again, they kill the competition or weigh them down. Oh, this is illegal. Oh, you made a mistake. Oh, you missed a T and didn't dot an I. Oh no, we gotta shut you down. Like now, I bought a new car, and I'm getting off the subject with Vera, and they can't wait to give me tickets so they can book this car and tow it to California for their best friend. They just got a free car. A free car. They pay nothing to steal your car with a tow truck. Steal it, sell it, give it to a relative. Call the car dealer, hey bud, I got one of your cars down here, we just stole it. Oh, okay bud, we'll come pick it up. Well, hey, I want to pay you for it for my little nephew. I make $10 million a year, an hour, a day. Oh. Well, okay, let's talk about it. Because they didn't pay off their debt. It was astronomical. We'll just delete that. We'll give it to you for $500. But you charge me $50,000. Really? Over $50,000. All right, that's okay. Like I said, every contract equal, you get in heaven. Now, so Sarah, again, kind of steps back and she keeps seeing how someone has literally plugged themselves up as the power source in this setting. Like, oh, hey, I have a power surge cord. Come on over here. Yeah, this is where everything happens. Yeah, yeah. But the actual source, they blocked off. They've only put a 4-prong, but they got the whole surge thing where people can plug in and somebody else can plug in, somebody else can plug in, and somebody else can plug in. You only get 4 prongs. You can only get 4 clients. They have endless. And they don't even want the 4 to come. Yeah, that's good. So yeah. But look at us. We got all these partners and things, and and God says, remember that prayer you prayed that whatever this is, you get everything back that you, yeah. Okay, well, you know that cord that had all those people connected and they were all tight knit and didn't want nobody to get on your cord, and they were finding ways within the city and the state to block certain things from you, but everybody else was jumping on the other cord and wanted you to jump on the cord so they could step on you and burn you and unplug yours, take your light out. But they got everybody, hey, people from other states, countries, family, friends, hey, yeah, you, yeah, it's good right here. Oh, she's don't, yeah, just unplug her when she gets here. Just unplug her. She don't matter. She's nobody good. God says He's gonna unplug all of that, and everything connected to it. He's gonna plug it up in the train that's coming to you. And all those same people, places, and things that are plugged up, they can get juiced up on the train. They can charge their batteries, their phones, whatever. They can sit in there warm and toasted. They can eat like they've been eating. They can live like they've been living, but they gonna get on that train, and they gonna all be delivered to you with bows on them. That whole train, everything. And they gonna all have to explain to you why they're on that train with all of your presents, your family, your gifts, your talents, your lovers, your friends, your family. They're gonna have to all explain why all of that is on that train, and you ain't gotta listen. They ain't even gotta explain. But all of your blessings will be on that train, that enchanted train ride. If you want to hear more about this in detail or an extended version of it, just put subscribe with the D on it. Subscribed. You subscribe, okay? Make sure you do. And I will know that you're interested in hearing more details about the enchanted train ride. I think we all want that. We want to see a train come in with a bunch of gifts and a bunch of people waving out the windows. I don't know if they're going to be waving, y'all, but it should be a comfortable ride till it gets to you. It's a guy.